Well, ladies and gentlemen, live on HBO pay-per-view from T-Mobile Arena here in the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. A very good evening and welcome to an exciting night of World Championship Boxing, all brought to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and presented by Tecate, the official beer of boxing. Sponsored by Hennessy. Never stop, never settle. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day. Fred Loya Insurance, put Fred in your corner. Interjet Airlines, como quieres viajar, fly your way to Mexico with Interjet Airlines. The major motion picture Venom, starring Tom Hardy in theaters worldwide on October 5th, and Capitol Holdings. And now, fight fans, we are set to go with our bout opener. 10 rounds, this in the super flyweight division. Brought to you by Golden Boy Promotions and Triple G Promotions in association with Taken Promotions and Zanfer Promotions. Your three judges scoring at ringside: Tim Cheatham, Eric Cheek, and Chris Flores. When the action begins inside the ring, referee in charge, Robert Byrne. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and gold. He weighed in officially 116 pounds. As a professional in 31 bouts, he has 25 victories, 5 defeats, 1 draw with 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing the former WBO minimum, WBO junior flyweight champion of the world, desde Ciudad de México, México, Moj. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing tonight black with red, he weighed in 114 3/4 pounds. This 48-fight veteran holds a professional record, 46 victories, including 38 knockouts. Just 2 defeats. He is the former 4-division world champion de Managua, Nicaragua, Chocolatito Roman.
One. Okay, gentlemen, you had your instructions in the dressing room. Recuerda, habla pare no te preocupes. Protéjanse en todo tiempo, obedezcan lo que digo. Caballeros, vámonos hacia esto.
Robert Byrd, the third man in the ring. We are ready for our pay-per-view on the night of Canelo and Triple G rematch. This one, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, Moises Fuentes. Scheduled. And we are underway. Chocolatito in the black trunks, Moises in the black and white. Chocolatito with a record of 46-2, 38 KOs. But the big question is, what is left in him after his last 2 losses that were devastating? Doug, you were there for those, weren't you?
I was ringside for the first fight. That was last March inside Madison Square Garden on the undercard of the Gennady Golovkin-Daniel Jacobs show. It was a sensational fight, but he was dropped early. He was cut early. He was rocked and wobbled, fought his way into the fight, and it was a sensational back and forth. From the first round to the 12th round, most observers, at least among the media, believed that Gonzalez had done enough to earn that decision, but he lost a split decision. The WBC, which sanctioned that bout, ordered an immediate rematch, and we all saw what happened. That took place at StubHub Center in Carson, California, and Gonzalez did not look like himself as he entered the ring. The confidence was not there. We didn't see the power, we didn't see the technique. And within 4 rounds, he was dropped and then dispatched flat on his back in a manner that made most of us at ringside say, that's it, he's done, he's retired.
I remember reading your tweets and your columns, and you're like, maybe it's best that we enjoy Chocolatito, the fighter that we knew, instead of, not this done version, but this fighter that it at that point looked like a shell of himself, Kelly, right?
Well, something was missing. Let me tell you what was missing. In the first fight, there was a lot of headbutting, which Chocolatito was cut up pretty bad from. In the second fight, he held his hands higher to avoid the headbutts.
So he's doing right now.
So when you bring your hands at is how you're going to box. It changes your style. Because Chocolatito's hands usually lay underneath his chin, and he moves his head, and he doesn't get hit with punches. But when he has his hands high, like he has them right now, he's trying to avoid the headbutts but it's taken away the style of Chocolatito. So he's made to advance, not to be on defense.
At one point, he was probably one of the baddest dudes on the planet, right, Doug? You're writing about him?
Absolutely. When he was a strawweight and a junior flyweight, I thought he was pound for pound worthy, and he absolutely destroyed his opposition. If he didn't blow him out, he broke him down to late stoppages. The only fighters that could go the distance with him were very special, like a young Juan Francisco Estrada. He took him the distance, and that was a great fight that those two waged at 108 pounds in late 2012. Those were really the glory years for Chocolatito, and unfortunately, most boxing fans in America didn't get a chance to see him. They didn't see him until he had moved up to flyweight and then later junior bantamweight and was showcased on HBO, often packaged with Triple G.
Chocolatito, 31 years old. Let's see. He can still be a force in the division. First round winding down in Las Vegas. Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, Moises Fuentes inside the T-Mobile Arena.
Tiempo.
¿Cómo lo sientes? Relajado, ¿está bien?
¿Cómo andas? ¿Cómo lo sentiste?
How do you feel?
Este muchacho anda subiendo. ¿Sabes lo que quiere hacer él? Contragolpear.
He wants to counterpunch.
Vamos a trabajar vivito. Ya lo sintió. Es lo que quiere hacer, que tú tires para contragolpear. Vivito
felt
pica
it,
abajo,
dude.
pica arriba. Él va a bajar las manos. Esa volado. Esa volado va a entrar. Vamos. Respire bien.
Quiero que tires más ya para aquí, y el
More
upper.
jabs.
Y el upper te lo quiero que me lo tires fuerte, como habíamos dicho.
Throw that up and throw it
Respira.
strong. Breathe.
Y el upper quiero que me lo tires fuerte. ¿Cómo lo sientes?
Throw that up
Está
strong.
con mucha precaución. Le agarraste un buen volado que sí dijo.
You got it with a good open hand.
Quiero que sigas insistiendo. Ahí está la cuetita. Ten. Dame. Vivo, vivo las manos. No te me confíes.
Managua, Nicaragua's own Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, Moises Fuentes in the white trunks. Fuentes, 30 years old. A few years ago, Fuentes stopped Ivan Calderon, the Puerto Rican, and Calderon never fought after that. Fuentes, reading one of the Mexican newspapers, said, I know what Chocolatito is. With the Chocolatito we're going to see tonight is not the one that he was a couple years ago. I made Ivan Calderon retire. I'm going to make Chocolatito retire. I'm not trash-talking him. It's just a fact.
It's reality. You know, he's
I'm
right
not
about
scared
that.
of him.
He's right about that. Calderon, a Puerto Rican legend. Chocolatito Gonzalez, a Nicaraguan legend. But
After Chocolatito would slip a punch and counter. That's what's meant.
The two fighters, as Fuentes said, an opportunity to beat Chocolatito does wonders for my career right now, the age of 30. But right now, it's all Chocolatito controlling the second round, moving around, landing that quick left hook.
And no body punching. Where is the body punching from Chocolatito? That's what's missing.
yeah, Gonzalez was known for his body attack.
He's cutting up the face of Fuentes, going upstairs exclusively in the second round.
The bell coming.
Fuentes pawing at that right eye. The referee, we're in the third round, scheduled 4:10 between Roman Chocolatito.
Chocolatito combination punch. He would go left and right and throw a punch. Like right there, throw a punch, and then move again, throw again. He never gave you a chance to throw punches. There is something changed in his style. I can see it. It's very evident.
Could it be he's just trying to get a couple rounds to feel it out, maybe?
That's not Chocolatito. That's not your style. So he's a buzzsaw. He's got to keep coming. Effective. Keep attacking.
Or
Head
maybe he
movement.
was a buzzsaw. Maybe that's not him anymore.
Well, guess what? You change your style, you change your game, you have a chance of losing.
We're going to find that out. Is Chocolatito going to become that buzzsaw, or has he completely changed his approach? Third round winding down. Chocolatito Gonzalez, Moises Fuentes in Las Vegas on the night of Canelo Triple G.
Gonzalez is covered in blood. That is, I mean, that cut is just spurting blood. And there must be another cut on his face. There must be his nose, but I mean, he is. It's not just centered around the eye of Fuentes. It's the head and upper bodies of both fighters are covered in blood.
Ringside of the T-Mobile Arena, Canelo Triple G tonight. The rematch. I'm Beto Duran, Doug Fisher, the Flushing Flash, Kevin Kelly, watching Chocolatito Gonzalez, Moy Fuentes, and after this it'll be David Lemieux against Spike O'Sullivan, Canada against Ireland, and the co-feature El Tijuanero, Los Toros, Los Cholos. They're all ready to go with Chevale, and you have Jaime Munguia against the Canadian Brandon Cook. An excellent undercard tonight. All working towards the way. The main event.
Chocolatito missed with the right cross, but he caught him with a beautiful left uppercut. That was one of his signature punches. He gets clipped himself with the right hand from Fuentes. Chocolatito putting punches together. Left, right, left combo with Fuentes' back to a corner.
His corner was working really hard on the right eyebrow of Moises Fuentes. Got that suffered in the second round.
Gonzalez is working really hard on that eye during the rounds. It's a target for him.
Kevin, when you see a fighter cut like that, is that something you just want to attack, or you got to pick your spots?
Well, when a fighter's cut, I want to work on it. I'm going to go after that cut. I'm going to do everything in my power so the referee can stop the fight. Think about it. If you're going to fight 10 rounds, I'd rather fight 4 or 5. Have a guaranteed win. We're getting paid the same amount of money either way.
You didn't get paid by rounds. You get paid by fight.
Exactly. So that's the way it goes. So I think right now, if I was Gonzalez, I'm focusing on that cut big time.
I like that Fuentes is aiming some of his shots to the body. You always want to do that with a fighter that has a lot of wear and tear on him, especially a fighter that has battled the scales in the past, and Chocolatito has done that.
Well, Fuentes is going to the body, as you can see. Smart move by him, trying to slow down Chocolatito. Chocolatito's coming forward, and he's applying a lot of pressure. I think he's getting back to what he used to do. He's starting to show traces of it right now.
I see the technique in his punches. He has the straighter and the sharper. He has the better technique on his power shots than Fuentes does. Fuentes tends to wing most of his power shots.
Yeah, Fuentes throws punches kind of with a slapping motion, like right there. Or slapping, not a power shot motion. Bring your punches right back.
Fuentes spending most of this fight with his back against the ropes, with his corners telling him every single round, don't do that.
Yeah, Gonzalez wants to get you up against the ropes or in a corner. That's where he does his damage. I'm starting to see some swelling in the face of Gonzalez, by the way.
A body shot to the right. Upstairs is Gonzalez. Fuentes swinging a miss. And he's pawing at that blood. It's really affecting his vision now. As Moy Fuentes, every chance he can to get the blood away from his eyes, he's doing that.
Well, if the doctor comes in, that's urgency right there. So that's what you want. But Fuentes fighting back, I give him a lot of credit with that major cut dripping down to his eye.
All upstairs, so Chocolatito finally goes to the body a couple times. Keeping that high guard is Roman Gonzalez. More blood on the right eye as Chocolatito has the bullseye. He has the target going after it.
Gonzalez has dropped some beautiful
on this evening in Las Vegas. Very stern-looking Canelo.
Yeah, he looks relaxed, but there's more focus than we saw from him when he was walking into the weigh-in. He was sort of loosey-goosey. A slight smile there, but he's going to get his fighting mask on. It's all business from here on out.
No. Hi, brother. Cinco. Let's go.
Johnny Lopes watching us in Brooklyn, New York, brings up a point. Hey, Chocolatito's not used to being an undercard fighter either. He's headlined a bunch of his own shows. How's that different, Kelly, when your role has switched?
Well, it happens with music groups too. You got to remember one time, Britney Spears was the undercard of NSYNC, right?
All right.
And she outperformed them. So what happens is roles change. It's just like in boxing. Triple G was the main event, Chocolatito was the co-main event, and then Chocolatito doesn't carry his own weight. It feels a little bit degrading sometimes, right? Because you got to work your way back up. So he understands that after his last 2 performances that he's got to work his way back in position. So it's only right that, you know, he's where he's at right now, but it makes him hungry. I like the underdog. I like being the underdog. I've been the underdog since day 1. So this is what it's about.
Does it look like Gonzalez is fighting like an underdog? Like he's fighting to stay in boxing, to keep his career going?
Oh! That answered your question.
There it is. And Chocolatito looking over him. What a drop. And it is over.
Oh, my God.
Chocolatito Gonzalez. Doug, you answered your own question.
No, Chocolatito answered that question in emphatic, oh my gosh, emphatic fashion. He's worried about it, but was that like just a perfect right hand? Almost like an overhand right?
Like a hook. It looked like a hook to me.
Was it? I got to see a replay. Oh my goodness.
But it wasn't like it was.
He got blindsided.
He didn't have him in any kind of danger at that point. He just landed the perfect shot.
That's all you need. see, people don't understand something. When we throw punches as fighters, the punches that I've knocked many men out, I never planned or programmed. Those are punches that I threw just in a mix of punches and it landed. Okay, so when we throw punches threes and fours. One of them might catch you and hurt you, but I didn't plan on knocking you out. So we're as shocked as everybody else.
I got to see how this happened. He got him in the corner. That's where he likes his opponent. He missed with the right uppercut. He comes back with a hook to the temple. And a right cross. And the lights went out.
He buckled. Well, the punch you don't see is what knocks you out.
They were about, I would say, they're like he's right on top of him, though. He is so close.
Oh, straight. What a right hand. A solid right hand.
That's a nice right hook. The way it landed. I mean, punches that you don't see is what knocks you out. Those are the punches that knock you out. As you see right here.
So
that's distraction right there, okay? The left hook. Now the right hand, you can see the left hand of Fuentes is down. And that's how he gets caught right on the chin.
Was he hurt at all, do you think, from the left hook that landed?
The left hook was just an abrasion.
Yeah.
That right hook, that left hook, that right hook that Gonzalez threw was just not even hard. It was just accurate. So it wasn't about how hard it was thrown, it's how accurate it was thrown.
Joe Martinez inside the ring as Moy Fuentes on his feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially 1 minute 44 seconds. Round number 5, referee Robert Bird steps in, ends this contest. Your winner by TKO from Managua, Nicaragua, El Chocolatito, Roman Gonzalez.
His 39th knockout, emphatic, and what a shot by Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, his 47th victory as Moises Fuentes, a scary thing at the time, was on his back. Doctors jumped right over it. Robert Bird didn't even count, just counted him out, waved the fight off. Fuentes on his stool right now.
The manner in which Fuentes collapsed to the canvas, the fight was over. He was not going to get up from that, and if he was able to get up from that, he was going to be in a lot of danger against an attacker with the polish and the experience of Ramon Chocolatito. Now, he doesn't have the form that we saw 2 or 3 years ago, the relentless pressure and volume punching, but I like what I saw. He's still a good boxer. He can still do damage with his punches. He stays in this game, and I think he is a legit top 5, top 6 junior bantamweight.
Kevin, the first couple rounds, we were talking like, hey, did he change his style? Is he completely different? Is he feeling him out? We don't know. That 4th round, that kind of power, that's what we've been used to with Chocolatito. That's the guy that you know so well.
Yes, what I see now is that primarily he wants to attack now, okay? He's more cautious. When you get knocked out, I think that psychologically takes an effect on you because you get knocked out, okay? You're careless and you get caught. And the thing is, you got to pay attention to that. So he's more protective now. He's more accurate. That right hook was amazing. Okay,
on the button.
Right on the button. He caught a man off guard. He caught a man dropping his hands. He worked the body, kind of psyched him a little bit. So those things are the things that he's putting back together. He's actually resurrected his career, and he's changing what he does.
And it's not like he dropped an average fighter. Moy Fuentes has been in some battles over the year, former minimum weight champion. But the way that he knocked him out, Doug, Fuentes buckled over, went straight down.
The way he knocked him out, you want to see him fight again. Yep. The manner in which he set up the knockout lets us know that he's